do I... How do... How do I set this up?
Hey, what's happening there?
Hey bro James, can I get a little help here? The camera's not cooperating and I gotta report our investigation.
Hold on, bro. Let me just place it here and there. It should be good now.
Okay, finally! Let's go!
Okay, so why not we start on that gummy bear experiment we've been working on last week?
Hello and welcome to Bio-Investigators documentary channel where we show you different kinds of experiments and let you explore the world of chemistry.
That's right. Well, in this episode, we are going to show you an experiment involving two different kinds of reactions, combustion and decomposition. I am Bio Officer James.
And I am Bio Officer Matthew, and we are the Scientist Brothers from the Bio Musketeers.
Our objectives for this experiment is to observe decomposition and combustion reactions, and to also know their similarities and differences. Before we conducted the experiment, we wore our lab gowns, surgical gloves, and surgical masks. Now, Bro Matthew, what are the materials needed for this experiment?
Well, the following materials we used are the following: test tubes, a graduated cylinder, alcohol lamp, gauze pod, tongs, test tube holder, test tube rack, beaker, potassium chloride solution, and a gummy bear. Now bro James, should we start with the experiment?
Yes, of course.
Alright, let's go! First of all, we tried to open the bottle of potassium chlorate carefully, but we really struggled. It was very hard to open since it hasn't been opened for years, but luckily us bioscientists opened it.
What a moment indeed. Well, after it was opened, we then poured 10 ml of the potassium chlorate into a graduated cylinder and then transferred it to a test tube.
After transferring to a test tube, we used a test tube holder or a thong to hold it in place. Before that, we lit up the alcohol lamp with a matchstick. Now that it is heated, we put the iron stand with a gauze pad.
The test tube with the potassium chloride solution was kind of a hassle, so we transferred it to a beaker and let it heat up. Once it was boiling or was hot enough, we used a thong to pick the gummy bear and dropped it into the beaker. The gummy bear melted as expected, and the reaction was indeed an example of combustion.
I guess we'll wait and see. Specific shores wide, the terminus lies Pacific Northwest, the end of the ride, with rolls of photos to compile.
Now brother James, let's answer these questions asked by aspiring scientists.
Okay, sure, ask away.
What happens when potassium chloride solution is gently heated?
Great question. When potassium chloride is heated in the presence of manganese dioxide catalyst, it decomposes to form potassium chloride and oxygen gas. Now, there's also this question, Brother Matthew. What happens when a piece of gummy bear is dropped into the warm potassium chloride solution?
Well, as you have said earlier, Brother James, when the piece of gummy bear was dropped into the warm potassium chloride solution, it melted and had a combustion reaction. Since the potassium chloride solution was not hot enough, it took time to melt completely. But when it was heated and melted, it reacted with the heat potassium chloride solution, which shows an example of a combustion reaction.
Yes, that's right.
How about this, Bro James? How is the combustion reaction different and or similar to the decomposition reaction? I myself am also intrigued on what their similarities and differences are.
I see, Bro Matthew. A composition reaction produces a single substance from multiple reactants, while a decomposition reaction produces multiple products from a single reactant. Combustion reactions are also the combination of some compound with oxygen to make oxides of other elements as products. Did I answer your question?
Ah, I see. Whoa, that is awesome, bro James.
For you, in which part of the experiment shows combustion reaction?
Well, it was during the dropping of the gummy bear inside the test tube. This is because it involves burning and or heating, which makes the gummy bear react to the potassium chlorate, which involves combustion reaction. How about you? In which part of your observation shows decomposition reaction?
It's actually during the heating of the potassium chlorate solution. When potassium chlorate is heated strongly, it breaks down, releasing oxygen gas and leaving behind a thermally stable solid residue of an ionic potassium compound. Therefore, it shows a decomposition reaction. But since we used the solution already, it was already the decomposition form of the chemical.
To be honest, I really had a lot of fun doing the experiment. Like, from the very beginning of the experiment where we struggled opening the bottle up until melting of the gummy bear. It was all a very great experience.
I know, right? It was such a moment and I want to do this experiment again in the future. Now, before we end this, should we tell them our recommendations for future scientists who will do this experiment?
Of course, to the future students who will do this experiment, make sure that you're very careful when doing this experiment. Potassium chlorate can be very dangerous when in contact with a material. It could do something to your skin. But despite all those precautions, have fun and enjoy the experiment because it's only a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I agree. Always observe safety protocols so that you will execute the experiment safely. Lastly, observe the experiment properly since a lot will happen in this experiment. From decomposition reaction to combustion reactions, it is important to observe what it is doing so that you will determine the different types of reactions. Well, that ends our investigations for this episode. Thank you so much, Bro Matthew, for helping me with this, and to our Biomusketeers family. I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you also, Bro James. You have been so hardworking and you have made our group grow more independent. This experiment would not be possible without our cooperation, and for doing your very best to make this episode an awesome experience. I'm proud of you too, bro.
Well, that ends our very first episode of Bio Investigators documentary channel. We would also like to thank our mentor, Ma'am Roxan for making this experiment possible. You have always been a great teacher and you have taught us a lot of great things in the world of science.
Thank you also, Ma'am Roxanne, for your constant support and help to us all. You have made us discover and observe a lot of great things in science that we have never seen before.
Well, this is goodbye for us now. I will see you all in our next experiment very soon.
See you, Bro James.
Same to you, Bro Matthew.
Goodbye, everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy.